Okay. Well, welcome everyone to our week 2 challenge call for Raise Your Standards Challenge. I've been really excited to see the momentum that a lot of you have had just in a week and a half that we've been doing some of these new techniques, right? We started last week with the 15 minutes to fulfillment and really kind of changing the way our mindset happened for us early on in our day, really getting focused on what needs to happen and what you want to see happen in your life, in your business, and really just pushing yourself that extra step. Last week, we had Lori Harrison on the call, really getting us reaffirmed in that thought process, really focused on speaking the right words, speaking life into your business, speaking life into your life in general, and not speaking death, right? No smack talk. And I know I felt seriously convicted by that because it's so easy for us to fall into that trap where we start talking about things that don't really benefit us, but they seem to be important, right? They seem to be factual. So we kind of were talking about getting out of that mindset. So today I challenged a lot of you, if you've watched that live video, to start using net time, which is no extra time, which basically is in essence doing something at the same time you're doing something else so that you're not using extra time. So that's the whole point, no extra time. So what are you doing that you're gonna do anyway that you can maybe add something to it to get a benefit in your business or just in your self-fulfillment? So I talked about drive time, exercise time, walking. I do my makeup and do, my motivational videos or talk through things, or I leave voicemail messages for people as I'm driving on my team. There's so many things that you can do while you're driving that you can help to build your business, right? I talked about what you choose to do every single day is going to make a difference. So I am really excited because here for week 2, we have Emily Roberts with us, mom and military wife and diamond ambassador. I'm going to make sure that I unmute her so that when she comes on, she can be heard. And she's going to be talking to us as well about raising your standards and what that means and how important it is to not be status quo, right? I think so often we get caught up in doing what we see other people doing and doing what feels comfortable, right? And almost looking to people who aren't succeeding or aren't moving forward and kind of feeling okay about what we're doing because, well, they're not really doing it either, so it's okay. You want to push yourself to that higher standard. That's why you guys are in this challenge group. It's to push you. It's to make you do something that you wouldn't already be doing, right? The whole thing of if you want something different, don't keep doing the same thing you've always done and expect a different result. So that's what you want to be doing. You want to be yoking yourself up with people who are going to push you, who are going to inspire you, who are going to uplift you, who are going to edify you, and make that level of expectation higher, okay? So, Emily, are you on?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
A little bit. You seem a little bit low, but it might be mine.
Hold on. Let me.
Could be mine.
You're kind of far away. You're on my dashboard. I'm almost parked, so I'm almost to my parking spot, and then I can turn my video on. But yeah, thank you so much for having me on the call. Let me grab this. Maybe can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks, you guys. I'm super excited to be a part of this challenge group for week 2. Would love to just kind of give you my thoughts on being more, being in the right mindset, because that is not something I even knew about when I started my journey. Trisha, do you want me to just go ahead and dive in, or do you have a little bit?
Go ahead and dive in. It's all you.
All right, cool. So when I started my journey, as Trisha mentioned, at the time I was a brand new mom. My son was about 6 months old. I was a full-time student. I had about a 40-hour school work week on top of a 24/7 mom schedule with a 6-month-old boy, because my husband was deployed. He was 3,000 miles across the world in Afghanistan, probably further than that. I'm just guesstimating, but I literally was doing a lot by myself. I didn't have my own home. I kind of bounced in between my mom and my in-laws, so I didn't have a workspace. I was the definition. If you Googled the definition of hot mess, you would see Emily Roberts. Like, that was just my life. And I was kind of okay with it. I got comfortable living the hot mess life, and by comfortable, I mean I was okay with going through bottles and bottles of dry shampoo and not putting away my laundry and just, You know what I'm talking about, especially if you're a mom and you're listening, you're like, oh my gosh, she's been in my house. How does she know? It's because I've been there. I've been there and not wanting to change what I was doing, even though I know it would make me feel better if my house was clean. I would feel more accomplished if I took a shower. But those things to me were not a priority because I just wanted sleep when I could sleep, right? I had a new baby. And I was kind of single momming it up for a little bit. So for me, mindset would have been a huge accomplishment, but I didn't know that that was even a thing. I didn't know that I should be working on my mindset. So you better believe before Plexus came along and I had my happy drink, aka the pink drink, that I was down in the dumps, Debbie Downer mom. My friends were probably sick and tired of me. Hold on one second, I'm gonna turn my video on so it's in my face. Boom, hey. My friends were probably sick and tired of me because I would work out with them and I would be the girl that talked about how she was so out of shape and so ugly and I was just not okay with myself. But I was saying that up here all day long, and then the next thing I knew, it was coming out my mouth in front of my friends, in front of my family, in front of my husband. And if you're married or if you have a significant other, you know it drives them crazy when you talk bad about yourself, right? Well, that really does affect you. It affects how you mother your kids, how you run your business, how you love your spouse. Because when you start saying negative things outwardly all the time, you either turn into what you're talking about or you unattract everyone around you, and you don't want to be that person that nobody wants to be around. And you're thinking of someone in your head right now. You're like, oh, I know what she's talking about. That's the person. You don't want to be that person, especially in your Plexus business. So how am I tying all this together? Well, in mindset, the first thing that happens that affects your mindset in your Plexus business and network marketing period, maybe you've heard this word before, rejection. You can write that down. Rejection. We get it a lot. It's very, very normal. Okay. We are in 2016. Most of us were born and raised to go to high school, graduate, get a job, get married. You retire. Like that's just normal, quote unquote. Network marketing is outside of that norm. So when you brave, special person, you decide to go, I'm going to be a professional network marketer and freak out my friends. Everyone and their mama is probably going, oh, that girl, oh, that guy, someone got to them. You know, they're looking at you because that is not normal to them because their mindset is different from yours. You see an opportunity. You see something different. So why in the world do we beat ourselves up when we are so sure? We are, matter of fact, sure. Sometimes the people we join, we haven't talked to in 6 years, but we're going to join their team because we believe in them. But that one person that tells us no, that rejects us, and all of those positive things disappear. Why does that happen? Why does it happen? Because we let it happen. That mindset door opens and everything runs out of it. And then you're sitting there and you're just like, you question everything. Why did I join? Oh, maybe they're right. Oh, I'm not cut out for this. Well, if they said no, maybe it really is a joke. Or maybe it really doesn't work. No, there's over 100 diamonds, y'all. It works. You better believe that it works, and it's still working. People are still promoting to diamond. They're still promoting to emerald because we have what people pray for and hope for and go to bed crying over every single day. And we have that at our fingertips with a business opportunity unlike anything I've ever researched and products that are so freaking insanely awesome. That deserved 3 adjectives. They're so good. So I want you to write down the word rejection, and I want you to kind of think to yourself real quick. Okay, when was the last time I was rejected? If you are not getting rejected more than 3 to 5 times a day, you're doing it wrong. I want you to get rejected. I want you to get no's. Because if you're getting no's, you're reaching out to people. You're planting seeds. You're being confident and you're being brave. And the cool thing about going for no, and if you have watched any of my trainings, you know this is a fan favorite, is that at the end of the day, when that person says no, sometimes it really just means not right now because of their mindset. Your mindset's there. You've made up your mind. This is what you want. You have goals. You're going to have that Lexus. You're going to build your dream house. You're going to adopt that baby. Whatever it is, you have that in your mind. So that person that's telling you no, that's rejecting you, that doesn't understand, this is where you come in and you cast vision and you paint that picture for them, because no one else is going to paint that picture. No one else has reached out to them about network marketing. And I dropped you guys. Sorry. It's my 2-year-old because he messes with this thing like 30 times a day. Okay, we're good. You have to continue to tell yourself on a regular basis when you are being rejected that they just need a little bit more information. Okay, and that's where you are casting that vision. My favorite way to cast vision is to tell my story. I think when you get rejected by people, it's because of the way you're presenting your business. And it's usually on social media. Maybe it's in person. I'm not sure how you work your business, but if you're going to a fast food restaurant at your lunch break every single day and you're promoting a health and wellness company, you're in Judgment City, okay? People are going to look at you and go, I thought you posted that status that you don't really want junk food anymore because you're taking this stuff, and you ordered like 5 soft tacos and a Diet Coke, so I'm just a little confused. People are going to question you, and what you're putting out, people are going to be receptive of, and if they're rejecting you, it's because they don't believe you, they don't have enough information, or you've given them a reason to question that. So instead of mentally shutting down and yelling at Trisha and be like, Plexus sucks, I can't do this, it's not legit, it doesn't work, I talk to everybody, nobody wants this, right? We all have those days. It's called a bad day. It's not a bad life, just a bad day. Again, it's about that mindset. Instead of doing that, on to the next one, right? On to the next one. I challenge each of you to get into the mindset that no's are okay. Do not feel sorry for yourself when you get a no. Do not pity yourself when you get a no. Instead, turn it around and say, I was the first person to tell them about Plexus. I was the first person to tell them I believed in them. You know, statistics say that the last time someone told an adult being that they believed in them was when they were a child, and probably in kindergarten because of their kindergarten teacher. Statistics show that that's the last time someone heard that. Can you imagine telling one of your adult friends and mentally changing their mindset because you said, you know what? I've been thinking about you. I've been praying for you for a long time. I believe in you. I believe in you. What if you were the only person that has said that to them in years? Not only does that help your mindset because you're pouring into somebody, but you're going to change their mindset that, wow, network marketers do care. They're not just trying to sell me whatever. So I think that is very important, and that plays a huge role in their mindset and yours. And it's going to change the way that you feel about being rejected, because it's not rejection, it's timing. All about timing. I want you to think of something, and maybe you've heard this analogy a million times. I'm just here to tell you 1,000,001 times. If I told you right now in this moment, how would this affect your mindset, okay? If I told you right now in this moment that I buried 3 golden bricks in your backyard, they're out there, hands down, no ifs, ands, or buts, they're out there, and I handed you a shovel, and I said, whose name? Jessica, if I said, take this shovel and go find those 3 nuggets, would you go find those nuggets? You know they're out there, right? Because I put them out there. You know they're out there. So you go out there and you stick that shovel in the ground, and you're like, think, oh, I think I got one. And you dig it up and you find one, and it's awesome, and you're telling everybody about it, and you're showing it off, and you're like, okay, there's 2 more. And you dig, and you keep digging, and you keep digging, and it's been a month, and you're like, Emily, are you sure you buried 3? And I'm like, I buried 3. Go find them. Okay, and you're going to keep digging. That's kind of how our Plexus business looks like for some of us, most of us. Sometimes you join and you think that those 3 gold nuggets are just going to be sitting in your flower bed. That's not how it works. Oh, gummit. I'm just going to hold y'all. That's not how it works, okay? The gold nuggets are not sitting there in the flower bed. You're going to have to go through some layers. Statistics show that people finally give an answer through the 12th to 16th follow-up. I guarantee you, everyone listening on this call stops following up about the 4th time, right? You're sick of hearing no. You're sick of maybe not getting anything, like crickets. You're like, oh my God, Emily, they don't even read my messages anymore. What do you mean? Well, I'm about to tell you a way to get over that. But if you know that there's 2 more gold nuggets out there, because really in network marketing, It takes 3 gold nuggets to get you to where you want to be. 3 runners with good mindset, just like yours, positive affirmations, juicy goodness, all up here. You have to have it up here first. If you have 3 other people that run with you that have that same mindset, y'all are going to knock out goals left and right. But if you stop looking for your 3 gold nuggets, and that person that you found, your first gold nugget, they stop looking for their gold nuggets, then you're just coal. You're just a bunch of coal, and you're just laying there. And coal doesn't really serve purpose, except eventually it can help with fire. But you have to have the ignition to make that happen. And your ignition is your belief, it's your motivation. And then you can ignite that fire. So, how do you get over that follow-up? How do you get over because honestly, rejection is the number one thing that weighs us down in this business. It causes fear. You may be the boldest, most confident person ever. Jessica, I'm picking on you as the only person I can see besides Trisha. But you may be the boldest person, right? You look like a pretty confident woman. And your best friend in the entire planet says, no, you're crazy. I don't know why you joined. And all of a sudden, Miss Boldness over here is like questioning everything. She's questioning her marriage, her last car payment, what she ate for lunch. She's like, I can't do anything right because your best friend told you no. And you're like, well, you're my best friend. Why don't you trust me? Again, it might be how you're putting yourself out there. So let's talk about follow-up. Let's talk about what needs to happen, because that's usually where we go wrong, right? Sometimes we keep messaging and we send novels. My golden rule is 2 sentences or less when I follow up. And it's a statement and it's a question. Less is more, right? Just like when you wore blue eyeshadow when you were 10 and your mom's like, baby girl, less is more. Okay? You don't got to do all that. I don't know, maybe just me. But less is more with your follow-up too, you guys. If you are writing a novel, first of all, when I get a novel on Facebook, I think someone's mad at me. I think I have done something wrong and I'm being yelled at, like in all caps, like yelled at on social media. I'm like, oh no, I've made someone mad. So I'm not going to read it. It's awkward, So maybe consider that when you're sending, if you have a lot to say, send a voice message. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing that Facebook created. And it's like a walkie-talkie and they can hear your excitement and your personality. Send a voice message. If not, you're not ready for that. It's cool. 2 sentences or less. A statement saying, I'm so excited that you are showing interest in my Plexus business. A question, when is a good time to call you, today or tomorrow? Give them a deadline. Give them 2 choices. Not, when can I call you? They're not going to answer you because they're going to be like, I don't want you to call me. I don't want to talk about it. If you give them 2 choices to choose from, they have to pick one of the choices, right? Unless it absolutely doesn't work. So that is part of your follow-up. The second part, all our crickets out there, right? The potentials that go into the witness protection program, and you're like, what happened? Like, you were my neighbor for 7 years. I know your nickname, and now you won't even look at me in the grocery store. Like, what's wrong? What happened? For those people, you're going to say something like this, and these are not my words. This is a beautiful idea that came from Diamond Ambassador Rainey Anderson, and this is what she says to do. I'm very blue personality. Rainey is very red, but when you mix the 2 together, you get a sassy response. So we have to tone it back a little bit. And so it's something like this. I noticed that you haven't replied in quite some time. So I wanted you to know that for the sake of our friendship, I am not going to be following up with you on Plexus anymore. It's apparent to me that you are no longer interested. And I wanted you to know that this friendship means more to me than my Plexus business. Have a great night. Whoa. As a little scary as that might seem to send to someone, it's very powerful because you're showing them that, I'm an open door. Okay, I'm going to leave this door open. You can come and talk to me when you're ready, but you haven't shown interest in weeks. It's been 6 weeks, and you can say that, I haven't heard from you in 6 weeks. You came to me first, but I'm not going to follow up with you anymore because our friendship means more, and I feel like we're sitting in an awkward bubble, and I don't want to be in the awkward bubble. And you can say those things. I think people need to hear those things. If you're a little bit more sassy or confident and your mindset is right, it has to come from a true, genuine place. You can say, we've been talking for 12 weeks. Yes or no? Do you want Plexus? Do you want to be on my team? Yes or no? You can answer me. You can be honest. You can be truthful. No hard feelings. There's nothing greater than just asking, right? Most communication errors come from assuming, right? And that hurts our mindset also. When we assume instead of just asking, why haven't you ordered yet? Oh, I know why they haven't ordered, because they probably Googled this and they heard from Tammy, and Tammy's cousin Sheila did Plexus, and you start assuming all these crazy things, right? So instead, ask. It's very simple. Think about when you were a younger kid, okay? You're a younger kid. A lot of you are moms, right? I see a lot of heads nodding. A lot of you are moms. Think about your child, age groups 2 to, I don't know, 35, because we always ask our parents for something. I want you to think about how many times your kids ask for the same thing. I have a 2-year-old, and he's obsessed with cookies. It's a very unhealthy obsession, but he went to his grandma's house and had cookies, and now he wants them all the time. And it's so cute, and I love hearing him say it. So he's like, Mom, can I have a cookie? Can I have a cookie? And I say, no, baby, it's bedtime. Maybe tomorrow. And then not even 5 seconds. Hey, Mom, can I have a cookie? No, Sterling, you're not having a cookie. Can I have a cookie? I mean, I'm talking 45 minutes of can I have a cookie? And I've said no 45 times, like once a minute. Why do we go from being told no our whole lives, but you join a network marketing company and people tell you no, and it's the end of the world? But your mama and daddy told you no for 18 years, maybe even longer. No, don't marry that man. No, don't marry that woman. No, don't let your kid date that person. No, don't go to that college. No, you can't spend the night at Craig's house. No, you can't date that boy. No, you cannot drink alcohol before you're 21. I don't know. Think of all the times your mom and dad have said no to you. You weren't fearful of that rejection. So why are you so afraid of someone that you love, that you want on your team, or that may desperately need our products? Let that change your mindset. Let that sink in and go, you know what, Emily? You're onto something. I know I am, because I thought about it a lot, because now I am not afraid of no's. When I get a no, you know what I say to people? That's okay. I'm patient. Have a great day. I'm patient. I'll wait. And it works. You know why? Because they're like, so you're not going anywhere? I said, nope, I'll follow up in 2 months. Have a great day. And let me tell you, my 2 biggest skeptics, well, okay, 2 out of 3. One of them is my husband, but the other 2, these women blocked me on Facebook. They told everyone on our military base, we lived in a really small neighborhood, that I was crazy. Don't make eye contact. She's the crazy Plexus lady. I was removed from mommy groups and mommy pages. I was the only Plexus person at the time. They're both senior Ruby on my team now. You know how many times they told me no? You know how many bridges they actually burned for me? All the people that they had running away from me are now gold and senior gold ambassadors on their teams. It's okay to get a no. And I don't want that to burn your mindset. I don't want that to make you fearful of network marketing in your Plexus business, because no's are helping you to fail forward and to learn how to be patient. You know, there's a song that I sing to Sterling all the time in the kitchen when I'm cooking, and he does not understand that you have to cook French fries. They aren't just made hot and crispy. You know, he thinks that you can eat the frozen ones. And so I'm like, be patient, don't be in such a hurry. I don't know, maybe your mom sang that to you growing up. I have a really Southern Baptist mama, so we sang for everything. And I sing that to Sterling, and so now when I tell him no, he goes, be patient, and he sings his little song. So next time someone tells you no, I want you to sing Emily Roberts' Be Patient song in your head and go, okay, Jessica, I'm picking on you again. Jessica's going to be like, okay, be patient. This person just needs info. Be patient, okay? On to the next one. While that person is in their hallway of, I don't know if I want to walk through that Plexus door or not, you go knock on 50 other doors, okay? You go knock on those other doors and you're like, hey, it's me. We haven't talked in a while. I know. I'm sorry. This might be a little intrusive, but you posted a status about having headaches, and I know something that will help you. Can I come over tomorrow? Can we FaceTime tomorrow? Stop messaging people. Pick up the phone. Because that right there is not only going to make you more confident in your tactics of reaching out, but it's going to help their mindset, the other person's mindset, not just yours, because they're like, oh, wow, she means business. Like, she wants to see me. And that's going to change everything for you. It's so much more personable. So, I kind of got off topic there. We were talking about following up and just being more assertive. That's going to help your mindset in so many ways, because we have something amazing. Maybe Trisha has taught you this, the plexus shield of confidence. Y'all, this shield of confidence is going to warp your mindset into the greatest thing ever. When you fully utilize the shield of confidence, which I'll get to in just a second, you can overcome every objection and your mindset stays in a happy place. It doesn't wander. You don't start regretting joining or thinking that what you're doing is wrong because you're firm in your belief. So the shield of confidence looks something like this. If you have notes, if you have a pen and paper, you can write down U+2. And the U+2 is going to be your story and 2 other people's story. And by story, I mean their plexus journey, their business journey. It's something that you are going to have memorized into about 30 seconds to a minute. So if someone approaches you about plexus or you approach them and they're like, well, who do you know that it worked for? You can share your story because you have that memorized. And then you can find 2 other stories that are completely different from yours. I like saving like my husband's story because it's a male. And sometimes I need to share that. Or someone that had like, for me personally, managing weight, not losing weight, because we don't just have weight loss products, we have health products. So I like to have all 3 of those memorized so I can share them, because sometimes your own story just gets really boring when people have heard it like 100 times. And then you're going to talk about our 60-day money back guarantee. You guys, a company that stands behind their products and offers you your money back if you're not into it, that's amazing. I can think of a lot of things, like the boots I have on my feet, that do not have a money back guarantee. Store credit, no final sale. Like, think of those places. You avoid those stores, right? Because you can't return it. You can't get something different, so you don't even shop there anymore. There's a couple of places coming to mind for me. So that's huge. A 60-day money back guarantee shows that a company was like, we're really confident that it's going to work, but just in case, we'll be nice and we'll let you have your money back or try something different. That's a huge part of the shield of confidence. The second part is our crazy unique compensation plan. You guys, you can do compensation plan research. I really recommend that you do that because it will help your mindset and your belief to understand how dang good our comp plan is, okay? An expert on this would be Natalie Fuller. She's a Canadian Emerald Ambassador, and this is like her specialty. But she has looked at compensation plans all across the U.S. for different network marketing companies. None of them offer 11 ways to make an income. None. And granted, 7 ways before you're a jewel, that's still a lot of ways to make money. 7 ways. So that is a huge part when someone's like, yeah, but you don't really make money in those. Actually, flip your hair, everything, it works. Actually, I can earn money 7 different ways. And if you have really short hair, you'll figure something out. Raise your eyebrows or something. I don't know. But you can tell them that. And, when I get to that jewel status, double hair flip, 11 ways. You can say something like that. When it comes to an ingredient or product rejection, and you're just like, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I can't help you. Oh, I suck. I suck. I'm not a good plexus ambassador. Wrong. All of our ingredients in our products are scientifically proven. There are medical journals out there, and now we have clinical trials that Plexus is releasing. Hey-o, we have gold. If you would like a medical journal reference, ones that all my holistic friends use is PubMed.com, and it's a medical journal. Anyone can have access to it. I am not a green personality. I don't do big words. So I don't ever read it, but I send my people there if they want that research. All of our ingredients, you guys. Don't let someone find a silly Google article or a silly YouTube video and try to tell you that what you have is not real. Your results and those 2 other people's results are not a lie. That's something that you fall back on. Those ingredients are all individually proven, not a lie. Facts don't lie. A 60-day money back guarantee, just in case you don't like these ingredients, try a different product. Get your money back. And then lastly, we're a debt-free company and a partner of Morgan Stanley. You guys, we are a business partner with a huge corporation in America. Huge corporation. Pyramid schemes, you might have heard that term before, do not partner with big corporations. They do not offer you 11 ways to earn income, and they don't even offer you a product. You go in blindly, and you invest a lot of money and you don't really know what it is and you never see an ROI, a return on your investment. With Plexus, you get all of that. So when someone tells you that this is a scheme or whatever, I want you to tell them this. Well, Emily Roberts is actually a diamond and her uplines are emerald. So that right there can tell you that you can surpass people in this business that joined before you. You know, it's not just like someone that joins me tomorrow could go diamond in 3 weeks if they have a huge network, and I don't know, that'd be insane, but it's possible because of our comp plan. So I want you to understand that. I want you to let the shield of confidence mold your mindset into 100% belief and 100% positivity that you made the right choice, you're in the right place at the right time, and that Plexus isn't going anywhere. Corporate just signed a 72-year lease on their property. We're not going anywhere, you guys. I'm not going anywhere. Trisha ain't going anywhere. She's got goals to reach. You've got goals to reach. So think about that. The next time that you feel rejected and the next time somebody has let you down that you have continued to follow up with and you're just like, I'm not going anywhere. 2 things. What are you telling yourself up here? Because what you say when you talk to yourself is going to impact your whole entire business. And the second thing is find new people. Don't be stuck on the same 12 potentials. Find new people. Join mommy groups. Join a Bible study. Go to church. Talk to your mailman. Go to the park with your kids. Meet people at the gym. You can find people anywhere. My favorite people to reach out to are my servers and bartenders when I go to dinner. They love people. And if they don't, they sure are really good at pretending they do. They meet tons of people. And then my second favorite people to reach out to, well, they kind of equal, are hairstylists and retail employees. My favorite store is Buckle in the mall. I don't know if y'all have one of those or not, but it's one of my favorite stores. And the people there are kind of like Chick-fil-A employees. When you walk in, they say, hey, what's up? Just like Hollister and Abercrombie, that's part of their job is to tell you, hey, what's up? And I go, oh my gosh, how are you? And I talk to these people like I've known them my whole life, and they're so nice. And then I'm like, have you ever heard of Plexus? Because I go to Buckle like 4 times a week. They're like, do you work? Like, what do you do? I'm like, hair toss. I make income 11 different ways as a Plexus ambassador. What do you do? Sometimes I throw it out there. Sometimes I'm like, I'm a stay-at-home mom and helping mommies and daddies across the planet stay home with their babies. It depends on the day, what I'm feeling, like I'm saying, but that confidence and that boldness and just owning and being proud that you're an ambassador, that's going to get you to that next promotion because nothing's going to stop you. No is going to stop you. No type of rejection is going to stop you. No bad day in network marketing is going to stop you because you're going to have those. Those are normal. But you have to remember it's a bad day and not a bad life, and to stay in the right mindset up here so that you can annihilate any obstacle that gets in your way. Because you have the shield of confidence on one side and you have your why on the other side. And if you remember both of those things throughout the rest of your business, you can go diamond. You can. That's how I did it. My husband was my biggest obstacle, and I lived in the same house as the man. So that was going to be really hard unless I got over that and he got over it. And one day he just started drinking pink 7 months later. So I want y'all to keep those things in mind. Thank you so much for having me on your call, Trisha. I'm so honored that you thought of me. I know you guys will implement this. I'm challenging your team. Anybody that's still on this call, go for 45 no's before next Thursday.
Oh, I love it.
45 no's.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I mean, there were so many good nuggets. I've got 2 sides of paper with stuff written down. Well, I mean, they're things we've heard before, but sometimes just hearing them in a different way just will kind of trigger somebody, right? To kind of get them to go the route of realizing that this is all about rejection, but it's not a bad thing, right? And sometimes we do.
No.
We go through days where, gosh, we just are like, oh, I'm terrible at this business. I'm terrible at anything. And like you were talking about, you know, you think everything that you do is wrong, but it's not the truth. If you've got that confidence and you have a belief in this business, a belief in the products, a belief in our company, and truly a belief in yourself, you just shake it off and be like, all right, moving on.
You're the one missing out. Bye.
Sorry to hear about that. And I'm in the same boat as you were. My husband was my biggest skeptic. He was a personal trainer, and he thought that the only way you'd ever lose weight is by eating less and working out, right? Because that's all that mattered to him. And I went an entire year of him even thinking that I wasn't even making that much money because I had a great job full time. So he just figured, all the money we were making was on that. He had no idea that it was Plexus related. And it's hard. But let me tell you, if you can come over that kind of rejection of the person that you love the most, who's with you every day, not really speaking belief on you, and you can still push past, believe you me, it's possible, everybody. If you're on this call and you think your best friend rejected you, your mom rejected you, your dad rejected you. I mean, my parents think I sell snake oil, you know? I mean, just like we say, block me, unfriend me, or whatever, I'm still making money. It's the same thing. I mean, we know what these products do. We know how amazing this business is. And you just have to get your mind to believe that every second of every day. So thank you so much, Emily. I appreciate your time this evening. And everyone, have an amazing week and do your 45 no's. Let's do it.
Yes.
Take care, everyone. Have a great night.